Hello and welcome back to Save Your Bacon Advice Comedy Podcast, where we think we're helping. My name is Will.
And my name is Zane, and for everybody that thinks that we're little dum-dums, don't worry about it. We got paper master degrees on our walls. It helps you know that we're professional and self-sufficient. So dang professional that we even skipped weeks of doing this podcast to focus on academics.
No. It was not weeks. It was 1 week. How are the bones and joints, and how are you doing with shaking off the dust and, getting the clutter out of your head and body?
Well, you hear this. You hear this noise? Now that's me moving around all those gosh darn think boxes around everywhere. Which way?
I sure hope our recording devices picked that up.
Yeah, no, I know that they did. I put
It was just
my mic
screaming in my ears.
Yeah. Oh, you heard that screaming?
There it is again.
Boy. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's somewhere around here. I gotta find that. It's probably in one of the boxes. Anyway,
okay.
There's a genius thing that I planned out over the past week or so, and I finally got my paper master degree laminated because get this. Now it won't rip as often because, as you know, in my sleep, I liked to tear mine in half. And when I did that, I'd have to go back to school, go back through the tedious process of getting a paper master degree, and hang one up again. But now,
what did your counselor think of when you told them about you ripping your paper master's degrees in half during your sleep time?
You ever seen the Good Will Hunting movie where, he keeps jumping therapist to therapist?
Mm-hmm.
They keep disowning me every time they hear that I did that.
You tell them that they don't believe you're there for the real psychology.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, when they say, now, how do you feel about what you did? And I say, now, hold up. This is my job, what you're doing to me right now. I have a degree in this.
Now,
and they
I'm
say,
here to give you advice.
They say,
speak clearly into the microphone.
Yeah. Do you still have a degree in this? And then I say, whoa, you're hitting me with real talk right now. I got to go back to school. Guess what? I'm not going to let you rest no longer. I got a juicy little pickle sent in from a Reddit user, Sam HRX. The question is, bought a bag of potato chips that has a broken seal. What should I do? And the context is this. I bought a bag of BBQ potato chips in a local small store. Didn't get a receipt. That's already a big mistake. A few days later, I go to eat them, and I notice that one small part of the bag has a straight cut in it, almost like a horizontal line going through a small part of the bag. Definitely big enough to put something in it or even take chips out. Something that's important is that the chips I bought were kind of fancy. And the one thing is that the packaging is notoriously tough to open. So I really don't know how this would have opened. I feel bad for wasting a whole bag of chips over something that could be nothing. But since I didn't get a receipt, I can't refund it. I guess I wanted to ask what I should do with the chips. I haven't even opened the bag yet, but part of me wants to see what's inside.
Well, someone's opened the bag, and you clearly can look inside. There's a hole in it, you dummy. But, okay, I have two theories.
Okay.
1, poison. 2, weigh it. Weigh the bag. What does it say on the front? Does it say 4 ounces? Put it on your baby scale.
Yeah, that you have.
Your food.
Congrats on the baby, by
scale.
the way. Okay.
Congrats on the baby. Put it on your baby scale. Weigh that sucker out. If it doesn't weigh what it's supposed to weigh, then clearly I'd love the thought of just organic chip making companies having schemes of cutting open their own bags and siphoning chips off like Walking Dead, like taking it from cars by sucking out the gas through tubes, sort of style, and putting it into new bags in order to create more organic chips.
If you're picking up this bag of chips and you can deadlift this thing and get a serious muscle gain from it in just a day, there's a good chance that something was slipped in there. That
we're still talking about chips, right?
Yes.
You're talking about deadlifting the chips.
Yes, if he can deadlift the chips, there's solid chance something was slipped into that bad boy. Because one of the big questions involved in this scenario is, was something taken out or was something put in? So, do you think that someone in a store legitimately walks in with a pocket knife I'm a bit hungry, but have no money. I know just the thing. And they carefully, like a doctor doing surgery, carefully, strategically cut a little slit in this bag so where you can't notice it on the shelf, but they could get chips.
But he said it's big enough to get the chips out. Honestly, it'd be X-Acto knife, walk around, cut it, take a chip. That's all right. Maybe I'll pass on it. And then you don't buy the chips. It's a way to taste test your chips.
See, that's interesting. But also, he points out that the chips he bought were kind of fancy.
Exactly. So I'm not going to spend $5 on chips if they're going to be garbage.
How big are fancy chips? How much?
What do you mean, how big are fancy chips? You take a small one. It's at the bottom of the bag. They're all small down there. My only worry was that you would have, at 8 o'clock at your Hy-Vee or wherever you're at, there's going to be a employee. I couldn't remember the word employee.
You know it.
Walking down the aisles of your organic aisles and say, "Oh no, now there are barbecue crumbs and dusties all over our clean white floors."
Oh, look at
and
this
it's
trail.
right below. Now look at this literal crumb trail that this fool has left after slicing open the bag. If you cut open at the bottom, like this person says, you're gonna have dusties falling out. You're gonna have barbecue dusties.
Right. This.
So here's the thing: you're not gonna have as much barbecue flavor in that bag. Yeah, I don't know. He said it was a small shop. I think that the shop probably siphons it because I doubt that grocery stores make that much money anymore, and it's probably how they get by.
I'm wondering now because
Father, please, are there any chips left? Take this knife, cut from a bag. I'm sorry, that's all
Son,
we have.
Please. I have one last thing to give you on my deathbed.
Please, Father, BBQ chips. Please, Father. Just one bag of the BBQ chips. Those are the expensive kinds. Don't make me take the X-Acto knife to the BBQ chips, Father.
I know.
Don't do it. I did it already, Father. I apologize. It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. All right, that's fine. Go play in the organic aisle.
That's my favorite Shakespeare play of all time.
Yeah. It's like it was yesterday. I still remember all the lines.
I'm now curious if was it another bystander in the store that cut into these potato chips, or was it the person that's running the store, that owns the store? Because if it's a local small store, maybe they do this with things. Did you go back to that store and see if that's happened on any other things? Is there a small slit in? Now this probably wouldn't work as well. A small slit in a water bottle, so someone could get some water or something.
Or in a watermelon.
Yeah, it's a watermelon.
If you cut a hole in a watermelon, would it just start leaking?
What leaks more, a watermelon or a water bottle?
Well, the water bottle.
Well, okay, if you're holding the water bottle horizontally, what leaks more?
Both horizontal, or does the watermelon get to be vertical?
Pick your scenario and stick with it.
No. Does it leak? Does a watermelon leak?
No. Have you ever cut up a watermelon?
I have.
Does it leak?
I don't know if I've said it on this medium, but I used to meet people when I would first meet them, I say, "Hey, let's do something very abnormal." And so I would get a watermelon when I would want to hang out with people. I would have a couple people in my life who, whenever we would hang out, we would only hang out by going to a coffee shop in town and splitting an entire watermelon with spoons. So we'd go there, not buy anything, sit at a table. No, I'm not kidding at all. I would just bring 2 metal spoons and a chilled, full, 15-pound watermelon. I would lug it inside, and I'd bring a big old knife, and I'd carve it in half, and we'd each take half a watermelon. And I would do that for, meals sometimes.
Oh, my God.
But I can't remember for the life of me because I've never tried it, if you cut a hole in a watermelon and put it so that the hole is facing down, will it leak?
I mean, I don't think a watermelon leaks, but I think
it leaks. If you stab it some, it'll leak.
I think it'll drip.
Over time.
I think it'll drip.
But it won't just start water falling out. I get that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna get back to you. I'm gonna buy a watermelon. It's the summer or something. I'm gonna do that now. It's appropriate at this point. I'm gonna go get a watermelon. I'm gonna cut a hole in it. I'll get back to you with some results. That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so our final answer to your question of what you should do is open the bag with no watermelons inside. Just eat the fucking chips. All right, next question.
What? Yeah. Okay. I mean, so that was the last thing they were ever told because they were poisoned. Okay. Hello. Okay, this question comes from Mac Daddy Moron. Thank you, Mac.
Thank you.
The question asks, my teacher saw me at a liquor store the other day. He said if I got a B on his final, I owe him a drink. First off, I'm a straight A student. Second, would he give me a good grade no matter what I did on his test? Should I bomb it and see if he'd give me the B just so they'd hang out with me? He's an older married man and I'm a girl in college. Thanks.
What I'm more baffled by in this question is, so you're saying, like, if I bomb this, will he still give me the good grade so that we hang out?
So that I have to give him a drink.
But,
How
like,
much is a drink worth to
But,
this
like,
professor?
you're a straight A student, so, like, I'm expecting you're going to get an A on this test. Would he intentionally...
I think it's like an at least B sort
like,
of situation.
I was gonna say,
like, if you do worse,
I
you
was
owe me
going
a
to say,
drink.
like, would he pull you down from an A to a B so that you would buy him a drink?
Well, that's very immoral. See, if I don't care how old or how grungy this teacher is, I don't care what they identify as, whatever. If I saw a teacher in a liquor store and they were like, if you get a B on my final, you owe me a drink, and that was their way of letting me know that I'm going to give you a B so that you have to get me a drink. You know what? I'll bite the bullet. I don't care. I'll do it. I'll give you the B. And my college experience is worth more than my comfortability in a bar, I suppose. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's clearly is not the same with females. They do not get that utmost privilege that we do, but you can still keep, like, mace in your pocket if it comes to it,
Yeah, be prepared. Now I'm fascinated by the thought. Obviously, there's a story behind everybody's life. There is a story that led you to that liquor store and a story that led your teacher to that liquor store.
Oh, so now we're shaming people for drinking.
No, I just like this. I like this thought that he doesn't go there because he's just buying drinks. He's going there
He's always been there.
Waiting for the miraculous chance that one of his students will be there. Because
he's always been there, yes. He's never left.
He's got this one thing, all right? He loves to drink, but he's got a curse on him, you see, that he cannot purchase alcohol. That's the one thing he can't do. He can't leave a trail.
No.
He can't leave a money trail of buying alcohol. So he needs someone to buy it for him. And you've just given him the perfect scenario in which, oh, you're really good at test taking? There's a good chance that you're about to buy this man his alcohol and make his day.
I can't tell, though, is the professor bribing the student?
But yeah, that's another one. Yeah, like, hey,
Or is
it like you better get a B so that you buy, or like you better get a B or I'm not gonna drink tonight.
If I decide that
It's such a weird scenario.
I will not get to do my daily drinking if you do not do well on
It's
my final.
Hey, if you don't do well in my class,
I'm gonna have to be sober
this weekend.
We said it at the exact same time. Edit that in. Thank you. We heard it. Okay.
That is so weird now that I think about it. So it's like, hey, you
Yeah.
better do well in my class so that I can get just sloshed over the weekend.
By the one drink, yes. If I decide that you do well on the test that I decided the difficulty level of as well, then you owe me.
What if it's like he gives everyone just some test and then he gives you like code to decrypt? Like you're working for NASA for half an hour and just
What if in turn when you get that B, you show up and you just give him like the code to like tap into your student loans?
Ooh. Oh.
Wow. That just got so charged so quickly.
Powerful
Student
stuff.
loans suck, am I right?
If you buy a drink for this teacher, now I think it's going to become a thing at your school, and it's going to be like every one of your teachers are like, hey, I'll give you a good grade if you give me a drink. And then all of a sudden, you're like making every
They're just
teacher
all closet alcoholics.
in your state an alcoholic. I'm like, cool, but well, back off.
Ain't that just the way?
Hey,
give me a question.
I was going to say, speaking of being upset and acting like a drunk, here's a good juicy question. This question comes from Blaze Rose 21. Question is, how to get back at my neighbors for gardening? The context is, today I saw my neighbors gardening in freaking May. So I got really upset about this because, I mean, who gardens in May? And that's when I saw they were gardening the most ugly flowers I've ever seen. Not only will this ruin the environment of the neighborhood, but it will also be the one thing I see when I come outside for some fresh air. How do I get back at my neighbors?
You sound like so much fun. Let me just say, you sound like a riot. Let's hang out. Just yesterday, my parents called me and they're like, "Yeah, we finally get to go gardening." I'm like, "Cool,"
In
'cause
freaking
that's
May?
normal. In
In
freaking May? Are you kidding me?
Are you
That's
are you on my case right now? Freaking May?
that is the most normal thing I've ever heard in my
Right?
entire life.
I know, right?
It's the start of the growing season.
Not to
Also, you don't garden flowers. You plant them, or you pick them, or you prune them, or you look at them. I don't know what to tell you. Why do flowers bring you so much distaste?
How ugly,
Why do you hate them so much? Live in an apartment, dude.
how ugly do the flowers of your neighbors have to be that you think I need revenge?
I have to go online and defend my own. Like, homeowners association is going to hear that the flowers that these people planted are bad. There might be, littered cars that are literally all rust at this point. Okay, speaking of which, this is a horrible rabbit trail.
Good.
But I dated myself the other day when I saw a Prius that had rust on it.
Wow.
I literally felt like my bones gained osteoporosis at the time of seeing it. Like, I gained Alzheimer's just watching that Prius have rust.
How did you even know that you gained Alzheimer's?
Because I forgot about it afterwards until this moment.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was insane. Like, I thought those came out like last year. Now they have rust, Zane. That's not okay. That's all I'm saying.
For a man to go outside, there is a certain amount of events that took place here. This man went outside. All right.
Hated himself.
Breathing fresh.
Himself.
Yeah, hates himself. Breathing the fresh air to get the hatred out and get the good in. All of a sudden, bad taste in mouth. Looks around to see what might be exerting bad taste.
Oxygen. What is that?
Looks at
Oxygen.
oxygen that is coming from the most disgusting flowers known to man. The whole neighborhood starts to rot image-wise because of these flowers. You know, like when you see like a bright blue sky and then like if there's like one cloud in the world, like all of a sudden, freaking like chaos ensues upon the world that is around you. It just becomes most disgusting flowers in the world. So bad that he's not just like, ugh. He's like, I need to get these neighbors.
Online.
He says, how do I get back
Vengeance.
at them?
Oh,
like,
this is a vengeance
Like, this is
question.
an
Okay.
attack on him. How do I get back at them? And it's our job, Will, to tell him how to get back at them.
Oh, okay. Or we could call the cops and say that I'm fearful for these flowers' lives.
Oh, yeah. You can call security, get them some security guards.
Some electric fences.
See, the thing is,
okay.
You now need to decide whether or not it was a personal attack on you or not. Like, are you getting them
On
back?
me?
Like,
Oh.
Are you getting the neighbors back because they attacked you, or are you getting the neighbors back because they attacked the neighborhood? Like, are you doing this in a anti-hero way or in a very vengeful way?
Well, I think you most definitely bring this to the Homeowners Association. They're going to have
Did you
a
say
say in
Homeowners
this.
Association or homeowners?
Oh.
I need to be clear on what you said.
The Homeowners
Okay.
Association had probably I'm gone now. I'm off the train. Not the rails, the whole train.
I jumped off the train.
I'm so good with analogies and metaphors.
Oh, good.
Homer's own is
Take your time. You don't have to
edit this
sprint
out.
through the
Edit this
sentence.
bit out. Edit this frick out. Okay. Oh. Okay. You know what? Never mind. I don't care anymore. It's not funny. I'm not a funny person. I have verbal dyslexia. I can't say things straight. Also, I'm going to look up to see if the URL for Homos Association is taken. No. We got it. Homos Association.
Why?
Except it does look like Homo Sass Association.
Why did you look that up?
It could be ours, is all I'm saying. Okay, vengeance. I don't know. There were some kids when I was really
Oh, boy.
little, and we had these firework flowers, and they were really colorful
What?
and fun, and they were
Okay,
my
cool.
favorite. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
If
yeah, I
just think of
gotcha.
what a firework would look like in flower form,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was it. And they looked like if popsicles had gotten like transformed by fairies into ground plants, but um, these horrible kids just went and snatched them right up, and I chased them out of my yard every single time because I was large and slow and couldn't catch them and just wanted to scare them. Anyways, that's my advice for you. They'll never guess it's you. You probably don't look like you hate all things that give joy. Okay, I have a question now.
Okay, good.
Okay, I have a question.
All right.
I have a question. Okay. This comes from Oh, this one actually comes from Mac once again. Thank you again, Mac.
Woo.
If someone is being a douche-rag,
Mm.
and you should confront them. Now, that's not what you wanted to say, Mac. If someone is being a douche-rag at work, should you confront them or just do the best work you can do? And if you do confront, how do you most effectively end the douche-ragness?
Oh, wow. Okay. So, douche rag alert up in this Whole Foods that you're working at.
You have any of those?
All right. I
You
know.
work at the local co-op.
Mhm.
You got some douche-rags.
Yeah.
Clearly, you work at a co-op.
Right. You working around all these little douche rag pieces, and you see, they are just the worst. But if you can,
None of them can stop talking about their crappy bands
Mhm.
and their love of tie-dye and kombucha.
Here's a real
Horrible.
like when you think douche rag, do you think someone that's like very brag about themselves type of deal, or very like complains about their job type of deal?
I think that if I were to compare the bag and the rag, that a bag is just kind of full of hot air and the rag is just kind of a musty old piece of cloth that doesn't look so great. Like like kind of a co-op, like kind of your general hipster co-op worker. You know what I'm saying? He kind of smells a little bit like an organic farm.
Okay. He smells like he handpicked everything that is in the produce aisle.
And he hand washes all of his clothes out of choice. Yeah.
Okay. He has like one of those old like the wash buckets and the thing that looks like a xylophone that they rub the clothes on. I don't know what that's called.
Yeah. His glasses, the frames of them are made out of toothpicks.
Oh, yeah.
Like that sort of thing.
And the don't
know
even
exactly what
have he
I'm
doesn't even
talking
have
about.
lenses. He wears contacts, but he wears the toothpick frame of glasses.
Absolutely, yes. But he doesn't need the glasses. He just thought they'd be stylish.
God, now I'm picturing someone that wears contacts and lensless glasses, and I hate this person.
Yeah, he also goes to the girls section at Old Navy and buys boyfriend jeans, which
Oh.
were originally created to look like guys' jeans because they're looser on women, but that way they look nice as capris.
Oh, interesting move, dude. All right, douche rag. What kind of
Hello, Sir Doucherag. I have a question for you.
where do you get off is the question that I've got for you.
What's your stop?
This bus ride that we're on? What's your stop?
Where's you-
When are you getting off?
Where's home for you? Yeah.
So
We just realized that Doucherag was not going to respond, so we both simultaneously said, waiting for the response.
so we're wondering, do we confront him or do we not confront him? Because if we don't confront him, he's not going to change. That's clear. He's going to stay a rag for life. And that is the number 4 and life with a Y.
Well, rag isn't the issue. It's douche that's the issue, right?
Oh.
You can be a rag. That's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
I think the rag is the descriptor of the type of douche, and the fact that douchebag is very classic Chad sort of character.
It's a very class Chad, yeah.
Uh-huh. And and that the rag is just sort of that musty, lifeless sort of, ghost of a human sort of person.
Makes sense. So if you confront this person, if you confront this douche rag, only bad things are gonna follow. Because Right
You
now,
think?
you work around multiple people. Other people have to deal with them, including customers, managers, whatever. Doucherag's gonna be doucherag no matter what. You cannot sway doucherag into being less rag or less douche. They will stay doucherag. It is DNA. In case you didn't know, it is. There is like you got blue eyes, you got brown hair. Are you a doucherag or not? It's a yes or no on every DNA strand. It's like that was a yes, and you cannot change it unless you get into his DNA and shift it.
Citizen of the U.S., doucherag. Check boxes for all that apply.
Yeah, it's like every job that you apply, male and female. Are you a vet? Are you disabled? Are you a doucherag?
Are you a felon? Are you a doucherag? Yes, absolutely.
The problem that'll occur if you go up and try and talk to this doucherag, let alone try and change this doucherag, all of a sudden it's like the movie It Follows. You're cursed. That thing is not leaving your side. This is bad curse. This is bad juju. This is attacking the bad power of juju. Now, if you if you get involved with this, he's gonna follow you everywhere. He's gonna ask you if you want to go see like this new band that you've never heard of that is not good, but is like playing on a field, like a grass field, and there are like 5 lawn chairs set up, and all they got is like this uniced lemonade over on a folding table.
Oh my gosh, dude. Okay. I live in a small town, like 25,000 people. And we have a lot of that here. Like, this is straight from the memory bank. Most of everything I'm saying just kind of like, twisted so that nobody understands it. And there are too many people who have asked me to go see bands that they know that they would never be able to say you were talking about me when I say this. But that has literally happened to me so many times of people being like, oh, check out this band. They're really good. And I show up and they're dog poop, my man. Like, they could not be worse. Like,
it seems.
it's just so frustrating. And then the conversation afterwards that ensues are like, so what'd you think? What do you say? My goodness. I don't know how to... Do you know these people personally? Are you offended if I trash them to town right now?
Right. And if you lie, if you make the great mistake of lying and say you liked them, guess what? You're getting invited back.
The cover charge to get into places to be disappointed is not a good system.
Yeah.
I want my $10 back. That was bad.
Yeah.
This is not how this should work.
And the only thing I'm getting out of this is a recommendation to buy your songs on vinyl. Thank you.
Okay, really cool thing, though. I was at a band 2 days ago that was very good. Ooh. And at the end they said, hey, if you want, I know one of the guys that's in it. You should come see it. They're really good.
Cool.
Get it? That's a joke. Okay,
cool.
So at the end they were like, if you want one of our CDs, you can just take one, and if you want to pay us, you can. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. They're like semi-popular too. It's just like, I thought that was interesting. Yeah. I respected them a whole ton for that.
Are they very poor now, or just kind of poor? Like,
I'm not sure. It was at a festival that we have in town here, and so he thought it was a different kind of festival, the main singer, and so everybody was in very normal, Minnesotan clothes, and he was in a beer costume, just like dressed like a beer can.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Dressed like a beer
can.
And
so it was just a bunch of, bearded sort of people wearing, man, my words are so good today.
You're on a hot streak.
The striped thick shirts.
That's a good name of a band.
Striped thick shirts. I need a band name. Thank you. Striped thick shirts. What are those?
Striped thick shirts. They are, I think, exactly what they are.
Thick. Sure. I'm Googling this. Google thinks I'm so stupid. No, this isn't what it is. What's the name of it?
Honest to God, striped thick shirts.
Lumberjack shirt.
Okay.
Lumberjack. No, what's the name?
I don't know.
I'm staring at 6 of them in my closet. It's not... Help me, Zane.
Stick with lumberjack shirts. You've come so far.
What is it?
I don't know what a thick striped shirt is.
It's not a flannel. Is it a flannel? Plaid. I was thinking
that
of the word plaid.
Why didn't you say the shirts I always wear?
You're so right. I'm sorry. This is horrible.
That's not even slightly what I thought you were referencing.
Oh, I'm so stupid.
Wow.
I'm so stupid.
Are you proud of yourself?
No. Are you listening to me?
Barely.
I'm so stupid.
All right. This question comes from. And then, and Nate Owens.
I don't even have the power to interrupt you. You just go ahead and do it.
What?
I don't have the power. I'm lost.
Hey,
I lost my powers.
But it's okay. You know what? I'll stop.
My podcast juice is empty.
You go ahead and do the mid-roll. Just do it.
No.
This is your time to shine, bud. This is your thing.
I'm going to go take a cold shower. You do the mid-rolls.
Please do your part.
We got 4 new advertisements. You can share them all.
All right. We are sponsored by a Middays pretzel. You are not allowed to eat these while the sun is up.
You keep talking now. Go ahead.
Middays pretzel. Only eat it at night. Shower shanties. It's it's a shower that's specifically meant for spitting.
We have one more coming from Lime Rocket Badger chapstick.
Good.
It's made with cocoa butter, so it really conflicts with itself. But man, ate it all day yesterday.
You ate it all night, all day? Okay. And Grusha Brush Tooth Mush, which actually, if you ever listened to the Welcome Back podcast, was a sponsor on there. Grusha Brush Tooth Mush is a toothpaste that really, really does something fancy to your teeth. It replaces them. All right, those are our 4 sponsors.
Okay, fantastic. Now we can talk about, hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks so much for getting to this point. We appreciate it, and I've finally grabbed my podcast juice. I had some in the cabinet right here below my desk, so I'm back on it. You should totally do us a big old favor and rate and review and share however you want this podcast, because for the most part, word of mouth is the only way this gets spread. If you enjoy this, if you like it, and you want other people to enjoy it as much as you do, you should totally take some opportunities and get us some publicity when you do stuff like rating and reviewing on like iTunes, or even just like follows and downloads on Spotify. It gives us a little more publicity. We get a little higher up on that chain. I know that, like, we're the first people to come up as soon as you start searching in Savior on like like I'm saying Savior. I don't know.
Savior Baking. That was the original.
Yeah, I don't know. You type in our names, it's the first stuff that comes up. Stuff like that. Really cool. Love that. On Apple Podcasts, I think it's even easier to find us because there's less stuff there than there's on Spotify without the music. But it just continues to help us. We love growing. We love continuing to reach new people and having a bigger and cooler audience, because we love you guys so far and we just want that population to grow. So thanks.
I do love that Will just said we love you so far. That is a beautiful way to say to the audience.
So far, if you mess up, we'll reevaluate. But so far, we're good, I suppose.
If you have questions, because this show runs on questions, runs on you, the fans, please send them to saveyourbaconpodcast@gmail.com. It's a nice email at saveyourbaconpodcast@gmail.com. We also do have Twitter and Instagram. They are both at Zane and Will. You can use hashtag Zane and Will, hashtag SaveYourBacon. Obviously, the easiest way to get to us is through email. We also have a Facebook. I believe it was Save Your Bacon Podcast on Facebook. There, all the good social medias. Mainly, we'll keep you updated on Facebook. We post audiograms on Instagram. I don't know if we even really use the Twitter that much. We might start using it more this summer since there's not much school going on. But that said, of course, please send us your questions, because we love you guys so much and the show runs on you.
Amazing. Give us a question.
Oh, you bet your bottom dollar. So, like I said, and Nate Owens 23 asks, what does pizza really taste like? In the context.
Can you describe to me? Can you give it to me? Okay, I've never tasted pizza. Give it to me.
All right. You know what it tastes like when all right. Nah, I won't say with taste, because pizza's an experience. It's not just a taste. It's a feeling. As you know, me and my DiGiorno pizza, we go way back. We've been married for like 7 years now.
What's a DiGiorno? I've never had pizza.
Okay, well, DiGiorno's not just pizza. DiGiorno is pretty much like, have you ever heard of religion?
I haven't heard of pizza, so probably not. But I'm just going to go with yes.
How far back am I explaining? Okay. So, pizza in general, imagine you're in a warm bath, lit candles, it smells fantastic. Also, James Marsden is there. I was just talking to my friend about James Marsden, most attractive man in Hollywood. James Marsden's there, and he's giving you a nice back.
I don't know pizza, but I love James Marsden. Let that be told.
Oh, God. Okay. And He's giving you a back massage while also playing harp and is half centaur, and at the same time you're eating
He has
pizza.
a lot of arms.
And that's what pizza
He's
tastes
so
like.
talented. Love James Marsden.
He's also feeding you pizza, and that's what pizza tastes like.
Okay. Now you
DiGiorno,
could feed me anything, and I would love it at that point.
DiGiorno is that, but also, you have the ability to, with one word, just make the entire earth bow at once, simultaneously. Like, you have that power.
Now that's weird that I haven't heard of pizza at this point. With the level of power that seems to come with it. I can't, for the life of me, think of how I would describe pizza.
Do you want me to finish this question?
Sure, if you like.
Cool. So with what does pizza really taste like? This is why this guy's wondering. He says, I feel like ever since I saw All Dogs Go to Heaven as a kid. With that scene.
You ever watch All Dogs to Heaven and say, what's pizza? I was watching Marley and Me the other day, and I was like, what does pizza even taste like? Babe died at the end of Babe, and I was like, what's macaroni? I just don't get it.
Life is Rough with Kyle Massey, where he like trains the dog to do skateboard tricks, and I just for the life of me wanted to know what a pizza tasted like.
I was watching that Disney Channel show where the dog makes a blog, and I could not stop thinking about the taste of hot dog water.
I was wondering, is that what pizza is? Someone
is
help!
Is that pizza?
Therefore,
I know hot dog water, but what's pizza?
So they said, ever since I saw All Dogs Go to Heaven as a kid, and I like that he doesn't say ever since I saw the movie All Dogs Go to Heaven, but instead, ever since when I was a kid, I saw All Dogs Go to Heaven. The moment.
Finish the question, please. Help me.
Okay. Ever since I saw All Dogs Go to Heaven as a kid, with that scene where all the puppies share a big cheesy pizza.
That sounds awful to deal with.
You can't do that.
That sounds
to
like
dogs.
a horrible mess.
You can't do that to dogs. I expect
digestive nightmare.
I expect pizza to taste like what I imagine that cartoon pizza tasting like, because, and I don't remember if that movie is cartoon or not, but like because it doesn't. Pizza in real life just disappoints me. It's ruined pizza for me. Am I just fucking crazy?
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. Wait, so he's saying that because the pizza
in real life,
All Dogs Go to Heaven, looks so good, he's consistently disappointed by real pizza?
Yes, therefore that can't be what real pizza tastes like. So he wants to know, because cartoon pizza is real pizza, so he wants to know what that pizza really tastes like.
This is like the Prince Charming construct of pizzas. This is like the woman who can't be satiated by any man on earth because she needs him to be the way that she sees in all the cartoons growing up,
right?
And therefore will stay single her entire life. Of pizzas.
Everybody just settles. You just gotta find the nearest pizza place. And
Zane
you know what?
settles on DiGiorno, like a Neanderthal.
Hey, I don't settle. DiGiorno settles for me, all right? DiGiorno would let me know if I wasn't good enough for her.
Her. All right. Keep
hey,
going.
like I said, we've been married for 7 years. We've gotten that far.
Okay, you were underage at that point. We can't talk about that on podcast.
Hey, we waited till marriage. Oh,
okay.
Wait, I got married 7 years ago. You're right.
No, you didn't.
Okay. So...
Also, no, you didn't. Keep talking.
I'm so glad that you've accepted my marriage, Will. All right, I'll let her know that Will still doesn't think that you exist. All right, see how she feels about that. She's just food to you. She's just
keep talking. What does pizza taste like?
My wife is just a snack to you, isn't she?
Okay.
What does cartoon pizza taste like? I have wondered that a lot. I've had this moment a lot where like people eat food in Absolutely. If you see people eat food in cartoons and then you eat it in real life, you're like, this is not at all what I expected after watching it in the cartoon.
What did that ever happen with? What cartoon did you watch say, I need to try that food now?
I mean, I know for a fact it's happened with pizza, and I know it's happened with...
You saw people eating pizza before you ate pizza?
No, I'm just saying, like, after you watch it in a cartoon, you think the next time I eat pizza, this is going to be the best pizza ever. And then it's nowhere near as good as it was in a cartoon. Same with, like, donuts, apples, because the way people eat apples in cartoons always makes apples look amazing. But
see, as your neighborhood glutton, I always feel the exact opposite.
You think that pizza in cartoons looks terrible compared?
No, I think people don't get half as excited for pizza as I get when it comes. So they don't look that enthused. That must not be that great a pizza. When I get a pizza, I'm like, all right, night's been made. Thank you, heavens. You know,
Thank you, heavens.
We've made it here.
This is where I was meant to be. Went to heavens.
I've had post-pizza mortem syndrome, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
The moment the pizza's gone, I have a true living sadness inside of me. Like, this
that
is me
sadness
just trying
inside
to make a
of you
funny
is
joke
the
about
pizza you just
being
ate,
good.
bud.
No, yes, it's the grease slowing down my everything,
Yep.
most likely. But more than that, I'm just sad it's over. I love being hungry.
I get that.
And just getting to just lose my mind over a pizza.
No,
and
I totally
nobody
get
ever
that.
had the same enthusiasm on every TV show and cartoon like I would for pizza. That's where I'm coming from here. We got real deep here.
You know what?
Today.
Actually, all right, you want to know... So your answer, what does pizza really taste like? I'm sure that in cartoons, pizza tastes literally like the exact amount of, like, when a warrior defeats a 3-headed dragon by himself.
Yeah.
Like,
there we go.
That's probably what it tastes like. But
then he feels really bloated afterwards.
yeah, this is what I'm getting at. You know what cartoon has always done this to me? What looks amazing. It's nowhere near the same in real life, but it looks amazing in
What's
cartoon.
that?
The Krabby Patty.
Oh, yeah, dude. Have they made a real Krabby Patty?
Yes. I don't remember where, but yes, there is a restaurant somewhere that sells Krabby Patties.
I would definitely never buy one.
I think
Not because they look bad, because it's true. They would disappoint me.
Yeah.
It would never be as good as they were sold to be in that show.
This is the weird scenario that I love of in this case, because most people have tried pizza before they watch it in a cartoon. But everybody's tried maybe a hamburger or something, but have they tried a Krabby Patty? No. If you find the Krabby Patty, would you try that? Because there is no way that it lives up to how amazing it looked in the cartoon. Would you rather live off of the hype of how amazing it looks on TV, or try it in real life but live with the disappointment of how bad it was in real life? I'm sorry that I'm making your stomach so growly right now, Will.
Yeah, I'm getting really hungry for Krabby Patties all of a sudden. I was going to say you can edit out the motorcycle,
Why
but
would
now
I?
it's just a good gag about my
Yeah.
rumbly tummy.
My stomach was making the rumblies that only hands would satisfy.
Yeah. I hope that helps you. I think I pretty much answered that.
I think,
right?
yeah. I think we nailed it literally on the head. I don't think it could have had a better answer.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to give us one quick last one. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. This comes from Jen and Sierra, and they asked, how can I be more granola?
Okay. What?
Do we need to define granola first?
Yes. Please.
Have you ever heard of the term granola?
When I ate it.
You know, maybe it's a Minnesota term then. Granola refers to the idea of, have you ever heard of the term crunchy?
When I ate
just
it.
being, no, tell me the last time you ate crunchy.
Crunch bars.
No, I'm talking crunchy.
Oh, okay.
I said the word crunchy.
Okay. Never mind.
Okay, so granola and crunchy are the kind of same thing. If somebody is crunchy, they hike a lot. They have beards. They almost consistently have hats. They don't smell very good. They're earthy.
What?
They're one with nature. Yes, this is a real thing. I almost want to go on Urban Dictionary and literally look up Urban Dictionary of granola, because this is a real thing that we hear used very, very commonly, and I love that it hasn't reached the East Coast yet.
Wow.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
They say top definition: a new age / more civilized hippie who can be found journaling in an Eno in the middle of the forest, wearing chacos or Birkenstocks and athletic shorts, always ready to go hike or on an adventure at any moment. A backpack with a Camelback water bottle attached by a carabiner, and with dreadlocks. all over or just one or two. The phrase "save the world" in their vocabulary is interchangeable with travel the world and meet cool people from different cultures, usually talking about Africa. Ever since she moved to Portland, she has become so granola. All she wants to do is go hiking in her chacos, and she brings her hammock with her wherever she goes. This could not be more accurate. There are so many granola people in this town that now all of a sudden I have a horrid discrimination against them that they've put this ridiculously accurate label on it.
And she wants to be more granola?
You know, reading it makes it sound pretty crappy. You're right.
Do you want to be more granola? Do you know, I know people...
It's not generally a negative thing. I think there are people who just hate on it. It is not generally a lifestyle, but honestly, there are people who make it a lifestyle.
Okay.
And it's so funny because one of the people asking these questions, I know for a fact, has literally one dread. And also was wearing Birkenstocks today.
Good.
And the other question asker was wearing Chacos today.
Good. You're on your way.
They hammock all the time.
If you want advice from the man that doesn't care about this,
you fall in the category of film boy.
We need a. Hey, I prefer theater kid.
Video boy,
which is a bad.
It's me,
category.
video boy.
Video boy.
Zane the video boy. Can that be the new intro for all your new videos?
Zane the video boy. Yeah.
That's it. There it is.
Except I want you to do it.
Zane the video boy.
All right, thank you.
I didn't like my boy. It sounded.
You don't like your boy?
It sounded yucky.
Don't tell him that. That's gonna be really bad.
Zane the video
Everybody
boy.
has a favorite.
Yeah.
The thing is, you need to find the line because you're pretty granola. It sounds like you've got the trail mix, right?
You're doing all right. Stop judging yourself. Don't wake up and say I'm not granola enough. Be like, I am just enough granola for me.
You've got your 5 Nature Valley bars inside your bag in your backpack that's got
no, Zane.
Like the water bottle.
Zane.
Hey, the water bottle that's got like the straw coming out of like the hole that's made for it specifically, so you don't have to pull out a water bottle, but you can like drink from the backpack.
That's the Camelback.
Yeah?
That was already described.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Fuck.
They're Lara bars. They're not Nature Valleys. They're definitely Lara bars.
Ah, my God.
And Lara bar minis for the half days,
really?
You know?
What about Luna bars? Is that granola?
I don't know about Luna bars. I thought those were like sleepy time bars. That's why they got the moon in them.
Just because I got a moon on them? All
yeah.
Right. So...
They for the nighttime.
I need to find out how to make you more granola while not making you full mountain man. Because it seems like the line between granola and mountain man is thin.
It's like, kind of like you're the metrosexual version of
a mountain
full
man,
on
yeah.
mountain man.
You're triple M right now. You're a triple threat. You're a metrosexual mountain man.
Yeah.
So
So here's what you need. You need large circle rimmed glasses.
Yes.
That have really thick, like turtle shell sort of colored frames. You need to wash your hair less.
A lot less.
It needs to have this really dull luster to it.
The only way you're allowed to wash your hair is like once a week within a natural spring that you find on a hiking trail.
Yeah, if I don't see you and I have to remove a couple twigs and berries from your hair every time I see you just as a greeting, then I don't think you're granola enough for me.
Right.
Personally.
Right. You might be starting to hit crunch factor, but you might not be max Nola.
If I don't ask you to keep your shoes on because your feet are so dang filthy, you're not granola enough for me.
If your shoes are dirtier than your feet, you're not granola enough for me. Your feet have to be way dirtier than your shoes.
Yeah. If I don't show up with a razor and say, please just shave something, anything, please, then you're not granola enough.
If you show up to my house and my mom says, oh, a lost dog, then you are granola enough.
If I walk in and introduce you to my parents and they say, what country are you from? Then you're not granola. Like, you're not granola enough if that doesn't happen.
Oh.
Yeah, there are a couple scenarios. You can't look like you belong in a city.
Yeah. You have to look like you were born in the wild, but somehow survive in the city. Like the city is your wilderness.
Uh-huh. And yet you still have like pristine, like carabiner coffee mugs with a bunch of like, Save the Forest and
Right.
sloth stickers on them. You don't call it coffee. It's like, I don't know, hot bean juice or something.
Hot bean juice, nature's grind.
Nature's grind, man. Just getting my daily nature grind. And you said you made it yourself in Costa Rica on an exploration trip to, dig into your soul.
You literally just like took crunchy dirt and you ground it up and you put it in like a nice cobblestone pot. You put it over a fire that you built yourself. Roasted that MF. You're all on your own. Tastes
you spent
awful,
all your
but
money.
You say you do it because that's what nature wants.
It's just the more natural version. Yeah, you spent all your money on like Patagonia hiking gear, so that now, in order to get your tobacco fix, you smoke coffee grounds.
Yeah.
And you, instead of having actual coffee, you just do dirt. Yeah, it's a weird sort of loop, sort of situation that you've created, but I think those are mostly the ways that you can get up to the par that we think you're expecting.
The place where I'll say you became mountain man is if you go in for a hike and you see a tree and you start chopping it down with your bare hands and then build a house out of that tree, then you're mountain man. Like you've passed granola. You are full on one just giant water granola known as a mountain man.
I could have a whole episode on granola versus mountain man versus, what do you think's the first thing?
Normal?
Would you call it just like forest boy?
Forest
boy is like you're starting to dip your toes in the water. Granola is like, I live in the city, but so wish I didn't. And then mountain man's like, please don't disturb me in my flock of goats. Yeah.
It's like if I even see a cloud, I blame smokestacks. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And they're probably chemtrails. So anyways, this is actually the end of our show. You've made it this far. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope we've saved your day and made it a better
Are we changing the name of the podcast?
Save your day. Yeah. Which might be called Easter depending on how fast you say it. Hello, it's Save Your Day. Yeah, this is the end of a show where we want to say thank you to all of our listeners, you guys, and our followers, also you guys, for making this podcast possible. Big thanks once again to our question askers and to our parents who birthed us.
Yes.
This has been Save Your Bacon, an advice comedy podcast. My name is Will.
My name is Zane.
Guys, take it easy this week, and if it's easy, take it twice.